Well, some campaign groups have been quick to issue their reaction to the EU communication on disinformation. Well, Seana in THECUBE has more.
Well, it was coined months ago, the infodemic, the wave of disinformation and misinformation, particularly with relation to the virus. And one group that has been working on it is the online campaign group Avaz. So joining me now, I'm speaking to a campaign director with the group, CHRISTOPH SCHOTT. Thank you, first of all, very much for joining us here this afternoon on EURONEWS. I first want to discuss a statement that was given to us here to EURONEWS by Luis Morago. He is, again, with Avaz, and he said, quote, "Brussels can't keep shying away from the heart of the debate." And he said the heart of that is regulation. So can you tell me more about your group's call for more regulation needed, effectively calling Brussels to step up to the mark?
Yes, so what we've seen today from the Commission is they lay out the big threat, right? That the foreign interference, that misinformation is really dangerous, can even kill. It's a call to arms. And then what they mainly ask for is more transparency from the platforms. Let's be honest, that's just not enough, right? We cannot just ask platforms, be more transparent, do more about disinformation. We need to show them exactly what we think that is, right? We need to step up as a democracy, look at them in the eye and say, what we expect from you is issue corrections from fact checkers, downgrade known misinformation, be transparent, and here's exactly what we expect from you. And we believe Europe needs to step up in order to balance both protecting democracy and protecting freedom of speech. And because if we don't, at some point disinformation will regulate us, which would be the opposite of what we want, I think.
So it's not just Avaz who's been commenting on this. We've also seen other organisations, one of which is EU Disinfolab. They also work on disinformation that's been circulating. And I want to just read out just one thing that they said. They said that there's still a lot more work to do when it comes to tackling disinformation. They say one that encompasses all stakeholders, a response that does that, and one that does not mix tackling disinformation with political communication. So in your view, do you think it is important to separate the political sphere from the fact-checking sphere, and how important is it to have independent fact-checkers right now?
So we believe independent fact-checkers are an absolutely crucial piece of how we, I'd say, fight back this infodemic. In our proposal to correct the record, the main idea is it's not about taking down content. The idea is to give more information to people. So let's say you've seen a post saying that if you hold your breath for 10 seconds, you would know if you have COVID or not. And then millions of that see that and believe this fact, right? And then maybe infect others, even though they're sick. And the idea is those people who have seen the false information should see the corrected information from fact checkers. Don't take away the other information, but just show them more and give them a different viewpoint. And right now, some platforms do it, some on political speech slowly, some not on political speech. We believe the battlefield should be the same for all of them, as long as you don't go into removal, but you inform people more about the facts behind the story. We believe it's just a gain for democracy, and we believe that we should make those rules as a democracy and not just let platforms come up with their own ways to do it.
CHRISTOPH SCHOTT, thank you very much for joining us here on EURONEWS from Avaz. And as you can see, it's a very detailed debate. Many people weighing in, but some viewing that there's more needed to be done when it comes to tackling disinformation.
OK, tackling disinformation. Seana in THECUBE, thank you.